Hi, today's video is going to be about a small seed shaped box which I showed you in the picture right at the start. This will be ebonised. I'll put some gilt cream on and it'll be finished off with lacquer. Okay, small box made of ash. So let's start. Okay, as I said, the project will be made with a piece of ash, so I have a piece of 8x4 olive ash on the lathe ready, and the products I'll be using is good old chestnut acrylic sanding sealer, chestnut ebonising lacquer, chestnut acrylic gloss lacquer, and some silver gilt cream. Okay, we're parted off, so now we're going to do the inside of the bowl on the first half of the box. So we just start it up, just using a long round spindle gouge. I'm going in about 11 o'clock, making a small hole and just arcing out. In and out. Using my fingers as a fulcrum. The further I get to the edge, I'm rotating the tool round slightly from, say, 11 o'clock. More. Of course, you can do this hollow into the bowl with any tool you want. Okay, to save time, I've hollowed out and I've sealed and polished the inside of the bowl part of the box. Finished down to 600, sanding sealer on, and then Renaissance wax on top. Okay, again, to save a bit more time, I'll do the same on the other half, and then I'll show you the process of putting them together and doing the shape. Forgot to say, when I was parting off, I leave a very small raised section here on the other half, which gives you an indication of roughly how wide you need to go to join the two parts together. Right, I've now hollowed out both bowl parts of the box. As you can see, I've put the pieces together. I'm just going to give it a quick rough cut across the top to level everything up. And then we'll start shaping. Okay, so just with a rough and gouge, I'm just taking a very fine cut. Maybe one more. Okay, so we've got a good join in the middle here. Rather than trying to make it completely perfect, what I'll do is I'll just make a small feature of it. So I'll just take my round skew and I'll just go in at a 45-degree angle. And I'll actually make it stand out more. Okay, so that's us now ready to shape. So all we're going to do is it almost like an OG. I'll just come in with my spindle gouge. Get rid of a lot of this. nice smooth curve all the way down. Okay, again to save time, I've shaped the whole box and I've roughly sanded it. You're obviously going to have to hand sand when you do the curls, but I've roughly sanded the box down to about 320 grit. Okay, so I'll now show you the process of doing the actual turns on the tail. Okay, I've separated the two halves and I've put one half on a jam chuck. Make sure it's a nice tight fit on the jam chuck, because this is where you're going to shape the, well, this bit, I don't know what you call it, the poddy type part. Okay. Okay, to do this part, what I use is I've got an Arbortech Mini with a sanding pad on it. You can use a saw to cut it off and then use files to shape it. You can use pretty much anything. What you're trying to do is you're taking off this waste piece here and you're trying to follow the outside line of this curve all the way down, and as you're going round. So I'll do a little bit on camera and then I'll switch it off because it's quite noisy with the angle grinder on. Okay, so I'll start it up. Okay, I'll plug it in first, sorry. Okay, we've got power on it now. All I'm doing is cutting away. As you can see, the shape is starting to follow the outside. Okay, so I'll do the shaping part with the camera off because it's quite noisy and dusty. As you can see, the shape is starting to take place now. So not only get the profile there, but you also have to keep rotating by hand as you're sanding it down to bring it into a point. Okay, so there's the rough shape done by the machine. So now it just takes a couple of minutes with unfortunately a bit of hand sanding to smooth the edges off properly. Okay, so I'll hand sand it and then I'll do the other one. Okay, that's the hand sanding done. It's down to 320, so that's me ready for the next process now, which will be a soft brass brush, and I basically rub the brush with the grain and that lifts out any soft grain in the timber. You don't have to give it much, as long as you cover the whole thing. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so prior to any colour going on, I'm just going to give the whole surface a quick coat of sanding sealer. Just a very light coat, dries very fast. Chestnut acrylic sanding sealer. If you want, you can speed up the drying process ever so slightly with a small hairdryer. And for the video purpose, I'll do that because it's quicker. Okay, that's it dry. The next part is give it a coat of ebonising lacquer. There are other products, but I use chestnut ebonising lacquer. Very good, very quick drying. Just a light coat again. Don't want to put too much on. Just enough to colour the wood. And again, this is very quick drying. Okay, that's the ebonising lacquer dry. Very quick drying, as I said. Next part of the process, I'm using some chestnut gilt cream here. You don't need a lot of this. It goes quite far. Put it on a small cloth and rub it into the grain. Just all over. Don't worry about covering the whole piece of wood with the cream, because you'll take that off with lemon oil, citrus oil. I think you can even use Danish oil. Just make sure you rub that gilt cream right into the grain, because that's the part we want to see to make it stand out. Okay, so that's the gilt cream on. And I've just got a bit of tissue paper with some lemon oil on. And just rub it all over, and that takes off the excess. Like so. Okay, so we need to seal the gilt cream in now. So again, just a quick coat of sanding sealer over the top, and then you'll be ready for your preferred finish. Okay, and the finish I'm going to use today is just an acrylic gloss lacquer. Again, best to have several light coats. Okay, so there we have the first half done. As you can see, the gilt cream's gone into the grain very well. So I'll crack on and do the second half now. The exact same process, another jam chuck, grind the end off to get the curve, and then I'll show you when it's finished. Okay, so second half ready for colour. Okay, one completed ebonised and gilded ash seed pod box. Thanks very much for watching, and look forward to next time. I'll give you a quick close up of this as well. And there you go, one close up of the box I've just demonstrated. Thank you very much. And just another view with the box open. Thank you and goodbye.